Hi everybody and welcome to my channel today. So we are here with the EV charge here in South Africa if it comes to the boxes. Before we start today, please subscribe guys. We are actually really getting busy with the channel and there's a lot of people viewing. We've got the pledge of course of giving the EX30 away, so obviously we need you guys to subscribe. But we are here with EV charge here in Centurion at Irene Mall. They've just got a new setup here, and we will be talking to Roberto and Brad that will be assisting us with getting what you know with the EX30 you're not getting actually a box with. Join us today and see what it's all about, and we will be talking to Roberto and Brad in the showroom. Guys, I just want to do a very quick one. Here in South Africa, EV Charge will be giving a 5% discount. So if you are in South Africa and you are looking for a home charger or a public box that you can do, as you can see with all of their chargers there, they've got a whole range. They're on the complete range. They're giving us a 5% discount. So use the promo code. I think Roberto is going to do 1 month. So use the promo code on their website, order from the website, and you will be getting a 5% discount. Okay guys, so we are here in the showroom with Brad and Roberto that was going to help us explain a little bit about what it's all about. We're going to do a quick run, what they actually have, what they have here in South Africa. So if you guys need any chargers here in South Africa, they are the Brad Pitts of it if it comes to EV charging. So let's get into it. That's Roberto and we've got Brad here. Show us a little bit around Roberto about. Start with sort of the house charges going forward into
Yes.
other places and so forth.
Thank you very much for the introduction. Firstly, the thing you need to realize is that we're an online shop.
Yes.
So, and we do have this showroom for those that aren't certain about the products that do come in and want to see it physically. But we are primarily a shop online, e-commerce business. So starting here with our portable chargers. These are products that enable you to charge from a standard domestic socket.
Okay.
These are limited to 16 amps.
Okay.
Which then gives you a capacity of 3.7 kilowatt charging rate.
So that's normally the one you always sometimes even get with the car, just for the people that
in that respect, typically what comes with the car is a much lower rated charger. It's typically a 10 or 12 amp charger that comes with the vehicle.
Yes.
So these go up to 16 amp, which allows you, and they're also adjustable up and down. So if you, for example, have a circuit at home where you're running your fridge and other domestic appliances, you might want to set it up and at a lower rate.
Yes.
And this is your travel charger essentially. We do not recommend that you charge daily with these because you want to actually charge at the maximum capacity of the vehicle.
Yes, true.
But some people want to postpone the charge station installation or putting in a higher capacity level 2 charger. Yes. And you can get by for quite, depending on the amount of kilometers you do per day, you can get by with a simple portable charger.
Awesome. And then the average cost, just a quick idea.
So these are ranging from just below 5,000 to around 6,000. Yeah.
Okay.
So they're quite affordable. We tend, we are here to serve the EV market, the early adopters. It's a difficult decision to make, and we really want to support the market.
True. And then, the EX30 guys, if you remember clearly, you will be getting I think we're standing at actually 2.1 kilowatts. That's the max they actually go.
Yes. So the reason most of the OEMs supply these low-rated chargers is they're worried that people it needs a bit of explanation and a little bit of knowledge, because if you plug it into a circuit and the circuit has got other appliances on that circuit, you could actually trip the circuit. And they don't want to deal with those calls.
True.
So they keep it conservative. Yeah. But anybody with a bit of knowledge will know that you can...
Most households will be able to handle a 3.7.
Yes, we'll be able to handle it. So
yes, awesome. And then obviously you've got the higher ones here, eh? The 32.
So these are 32 amp. Either this is single phase charging. So this is probably the minimum we would recommend in the long run. You can get an electrician to install a basic CE. These are industrial sockets which are available from all electrical shops. And the electrician basically, from your DB board, runs thicker wires to this socket.
Yeah.
and then you can plug in a portable charger just rated at 32 amps or 7.4 kilowatts.
Awesome.
So that is your maximum charging rate of all EVs in South Africa, 7.4 kilowatts on single phase.
Correct.
If you're one of the lucky ones that has three-phase, many factories and offices have three-phase, you can install a three-phase socket, which is rated at 32 amps per phase,
Yes.
and that gives you 22 kilowatt charging. However, you need to realize that your car is actually the limitation factors. So some of the onboard chargers are limited to 11 kilowatt, which means 16 amps per phase.
Okay.
But on the higher end EVs, I believe it's an option on the EX30.
Yes.
You get the 22 kilowatt onboard charger.
Yes,
so then you can charge it at the fastest possible rate.
Awesome. And then solar, generally speaking, if we just look at this package here.
We do have customers running with this on solar, and they just manually set this depending on how they, you can adjust this up and down just like you can those portables.
Yes.
So these are not typically used with solars, but we do have people manually adjusting these up and down with the solar installation.
So there's
depending
not
on, so they plug in and they know that they got a lot of sun and they go, oh, what the hell, let me use it all up. And they pump into the highest rate. Yeah.
Awesome. And then guys, we also see that they actually have the bigger ones as well. Now this is very much more the if we look at the guest houses and parkades and restaurants and everywhere else. And that's what's awesome about EV Charge. I really got the full package. And then you've got one, Roberto, that you want to discuss a little bit on what it's all about.
Okay, so essentially the two, let's rather say two, we have two charge stations which we recommend for home use. This one here is a Zen car, which is a 32 amp charger, but that has no app in that, it just pumps out. So you would control the charge rate from your car app, the Volvo app. Okay,
yes.
You can set it up and down, you can set the timings and so on. However, if you want a charger that is controlled with an app, we have this Decider charger. This is fully supported by us also. We can even do maintenance of this charger in country. And all our chargers carry a 2-year warranty, so you don't have to worry about anything going wrong.
So
if anything goes wrong, we offer an exchange, or we can also repair some of these chargers.
And then repair is not an issue. Let's say if there is an issue where some components need to be replaced, it can be done.
Yeah, and I'll let Brad maybe explain the okay, it's fine.
So awesome. And then they're
all different. These are just home chargers that allow you either to control via app, or people that don't want to plug like that. This is a permanent installation, so this will go into your wall from a dedicated power supply.
Perfect, and that's all. These are focused on the 22. Well, it's flexible.
No. This is either single phase 7.4. As I said, that's the maximum single. Most households do not have three phase.
True.
So they would be limited to 7.4. But that is good enough. You literally need 2 or 3 hours for most people of charging time, and that's why, especially maybe in an environment of load shedding, you want to. The limited time you have electricity, if you're running off the grid, you probably want to use one of these that you can charge as fast as possible if you're doing quite a bit of kilometers.
Absolutely, yes. No, that's awesome to see that you guys got it here in South Africa, and for people that doesn't know, also pricing. The pricing is really also much more affordable if you need to go to your dealer. So that's why I've approached him. I know them for a bit of years now. And if we look at pricing, to give us an idea, we got those ones. What are we looking for?
So we're looking at just under 10 grand for this type of charge station, and like this starts at 11 grand for the single phase version. We have a 3-phase version of this going up to about 15k.
Awesome. And I mean, if you look at Volvo is giving you 22,000 rand for one of your boxes to be done. So that makes it an awesome supply to have. And then, what else do you have?
So what I want to emphasize is that we don't do installations. We focus on just being the supplier and being the best supplier, best customer experience. We tend to find that customers have their own electrician that they like to use, and that's what we recommend. The guy that's done your solar knows your system best. and can install these. Any electrician can install this. This is like simple as installing any appliance like an air conditioning system or a fridge or not a fridge, but a stove or some high power appliance.
Absolutely. And then another important question also is it compatible with most EVs? It should be.
They all use in South Africa. We've standardized on the type. No, this is the Type 2, plug, which is the standard in Europe too.
Yeah.
So they're compatible. There's a standard communication protocol that all vehicles in all EVs have, and this is compatible with that.
Yes,
so it's plug and play.
True. Yeah, we've got one standard in South Africa. I think a lot of people still get confused and think between, you know, we have different standards, but we only have one standard. And then you also, just to touch on one of your own products as well.
Yeah, so in the long run, we have aspirations to do, because we believe in South Africa, we're really positive about South Africa's capabilities.
True.
It's very difficult to compete with Chinese, but we want to sort of we've created this bespoke local charge station, which will allow customization of the front. We've got various front plates available. And this is a very simple charge station, which allows you to adjust the current up and down. Okay. And also it'll be manufactured and supported in South Africa in the long run.
That's not for sale, is it?
This is not currently for sale, but expected to be released in the middle of this year. But we've got quite a few units that we've been testing for a number of years in the field.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And importantly, we supply throughout the country through the e-commerce platform. We deliver to customers in Cape Town.
Yes, so if the guys need to get all of you, you've got the showroom, but it's only on appointment, right?
That's right. We tend to encourage people to, we're different to most companies. They don't like to accept calls. We want to speak to people. So you're welcome to, on our website, we have a contact number, and we have really, we offer advice.
Yes.
Because this is a new field.
Yes.
Brad is normally our technical expert in that respect, and he answers us since 2017. We've been in this business, so we've experienced a lot of people technical questions, and Brad answers a lot of those questions and makes sure that customers do that. And we're not out to sell the most expensive product, but the product that meets the customer's requirement the best.
Guys, we just want to add also something else with EV Charge today. They've got two EX30s. Roberto here will explain to us what it's actually going to do and how you can actually operate it if you have two electric vehicles.
Yes. So what happens is a typical household is limited to a 60 amp supply. If you consider this is 32 amps, it takes half the power of your house. Okay.
Yes.
So you have to. So once you start putting air cons on and start cooking at night, you don't want a situation where you trip the power. So that's a sensitive. So this allows you obviously to set current down, and there is that sweet spot that people find. It might be at 20 amps is good enough for most people, but then you find you have two. You buy two vehicles, two EVs, two EX30s. Now you want to charge them to the maximum. You might have under pressure. So what you do with this, it's got dynamic load balancing. So this talks to a central server, and you basically group two charges together, and you say, look, the maximum that you guys are allowed to have, the charge station is say 32 amps. Okay. So if you come in and you have one car coming in and charging, it'll give it maximum 32 amps to that car.
Yes.
If your wife comes in and plugs in, it'll say, okay, now there are two cars, we drop them both down to 16 amps each. So this is done dynamically, and you don't have to worry about your electricity tripping and that.
It sees how much power there is actually available.
Well, you set it on the mobile app.
Okay.
And then it dynamically adjusts for that. So if you have one car just charging, it'll it'll give it the maximum that you've set. Could be 20 or 32 amps. Okay. And if let's say you set it to 20 amps, for example, and your wife comes in and pulls in and charges, and you want to limit it to 20 amps, so it'll give 10 amps to each vehicle to charge.
But it will make the decision, and it will decide where and what. It'll
dynamically do that. You can actually have even more. This is also important in where you have a few charge stations in a certain installation.
For instance, in a complex, and
Yes.
you got, for instance, for example, X amount of chargers that needs to be installed, and it thinks for itself. And
Yeah, so that's why it's sometimes useful to have a connected charge station for those type of applications.
get yourself into electric car, and you will know where to go if you need a charge box at much more affordable pricing compared to out there, and really quality on the end of the day. Guys, thank you very much for watching, and we'll be seeing you